Can you accidentally get married? Let's say you've been living with your partner for more than 6 months, and your partner calls you their husband or wife. Does that mean that you're common law married? Well, it depends. The common law marriage in Texas is technically called an informal marriage, but they're the exact same thing. You and your partner can create a common law marriage in just 3 simple steps. It is hard to prove, but if you find yourself in one, then the outcome is just like as if you had stood in a church and recited vows in front of a preacher. First, you and your partner must agree to be married. This step is the most important because the rest of the steps must occur after this agreement. What you're looking for here is an actual agreement between the two of you. This agreement can be an oral agreement in a conversation, some sort of ceremony, or even a written agreement on a napkin signed by the both of you. Words have consequences. So if you're going to accidentally get married, then it's because you agreed to something without realizing the full legal consequences. Second, after the agreement, you two must live together in Texas as husband and wife. Now, even though the law says husband and wife, Texas now recognizes same-sex common law marriages following the U.S. Supreme Court decision in 2015. This element is fairly self-explanatory. It just requires that you and your partner to actually live together in the same household and do marital things. You might be surprised to learn that contrary to popular belief, there's no magical amount of time that you two can live together to be considered common law married. You could live together for 20 years without being common law married, or you could live together for 2 days and be common law married. The agreement in step 1 is the difference maker. Third, after the agreement, you and your partner must represent to others that you're married. This is more than just occasionally referring to each other as husband or wife in public, but sometimes even that is enough. This can be evidenced by filing taxes as married, listing the other as spouses on public forums, updating your social media status as married, as well as the general reputation in the community as being married. An informal marriage can also be declared and registered by going to the county clerk and filing an official form. There's little chance that you accidentally file an official registration of an informal marriage. If you're going to accidentally find yourself in a common law marriage, it's probably going to be proved after the fact. To prove the existence of a common law marriage, the 3 main elements have to be shown in that order to prove that a valid common law marriage exists or existed. Let's say that the two of you live together as spouses, but never agreed to be married. In that scenario, there's no common law marriage. What if the two of you held yourself out to the public as being married, but the two of you never actually agreed to be married? In that scenario, there's no common law marriage. Finally, what if the two of you agreed to be married, but didn't live together as spouses or hold yourself out to the public as being married? Well, congratulations, you're not common law married. There is no such thing as an informal divorce. Again, the common misconception is that an informal marriage can be dissolved simply by separating or no longer living together. However, under Texas law, if you have formed an informal marriage, then you must get a full-blown divorce to end the marriage, just as you would if you had a ceremonial marriage and a marriage license. Yet, there is still one caveat to this rule. If you have formed an informal marriage and you separate, you have 2 years to file for divorce before the law presumes that you were never married, although this presumption can be rebutted by evidence showing otherwise. Once the presumption is rebutted, then you're back to needing a full-blown divorce. If there's a possibility that you're in a common law marriage and you're considering a breakup, then you might need to consider some of these things. Not everyone can create a common law marriage. We're not going to cover all of the laws on who can and can't get married, but there are some people who are specifically prohibited from common law marriages. People who are under 18 years of age and people who are already married to someone else cannot be parties to a common law marriage. So, if your partner tells you that you're common law married, but you never agreed to be married in the first place, then you're probably still single. And if you say all of that out loud, then you will definitely be single.